Hey Wonder Friends, today we're going to learn how to draw a super magical, super sugary, super delicious unicorn cupcake.
Here we go! Wonder Friends, time for Wonder Friends show! Yeah! Alright!
Friends, I am so magically excited to draw a unicorn cupcake with you. I would imagine if a real unicorn would bake these cupcakes, they would have a magically sugary sprinkle. They'd have a really fun glittery sound when they came out of the oven, and it would be light and fluffy like a freshly baked cloud. That's a lot of stuff, but good for you. All you need to draw this is a piece of paper, something to draw with, and a willingness to try. If you need to pause this video to go bake some cupcakes, awesome. Make sure you save one for me. If not, let's get to drawing. Okay, Wonder Friends, we are going to draw this super magical unicorn cupcake. Before we start though, first thing we need to do is we need to wake up our brains, and how we do that at Wonder Friends is we call this a mindful moment, and it's super easy. What I need you to do is set up big and tall, wiggle your toes, be here now, and take a deep breath. And you can say this out loud or to yourself. I am me. I matter. I try my best. I am super fantastic. Yes, you are super fantastic, and that was totally awesome. Okay, guys, we're going to start here. And before we get started, I want to remind everybody, you are not going to draw like me, and that is perfectly fine. I would like for you to draw just like you. And if you need something to draw with, I use these big fat Sharpies. I like the way they look. If you're drawing with a pencil or crayons or pencils, colored pencils, whatever, that's perfectly fine too. We're going to start with our page up and down to draw this unicorn cupcake. And we're going to start with the horn because that'll be the easiest to build our whole character around. And that is just like we do a lot of them. It's just an upside down V or an A without the little bridge. And we're just going to put a little line across there. Now, you could put a fun design if you want on the horn. I think we're going to do some squiggly lines today. We could do some squiggly lines. If you have some other ideas that you would like to do, feel free to do that. Now on each side of this horn, we are just going to draw like a little shape like this, okay? Doesn't have to be perfect because the cupcakes, when you bake them, not every one of them are perfect, so it could be one side a little different than the other. That's fine. And we're going to put a little bloop on each side. Okay, now we're going to connect those little, I don't know, let's call them bloops, with other little bloops. And you can make the sound if you want while you make them. Sometimes that's fun to do. You can go bloop, 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 bloop. Cool, right? Now we made that. Almost looks like a scoop of ice cream as well. Now, to put some ears on here, it's very simple. It is the letter D, capital D. You do one here, and you make it around that way, right? Capital D. Now on the other side, you make a backwards capital D. Just like that. Now we have two ears. All right, for the cupcake, I don't know what you call that. Is that the cup? The paper part that you peel off. That's the part we're talking about. We're going to draw just one line on each side. Down just like that. And then super simple, guys. Just a straight line across. Just like that. Now, for two eyeballs, let's put some eyeballs on this cupcake. I mean, I get it. Cupcakes really don't have eyeballs, but in magical cupcake unicorn world, they do. So we're going to put some, and those are just two circles, right? Anywhere on there. Just make them anywhere. Don't worry about them being perfect. Just make some circles, okay? And then we're going to put in the middle of each one of those two little filled-in dots, just like so. Now, you can put any kind of mouth on your cupcake that you would want, so you can feel free. If you want to do a different one than mine, that's fine. But I'm going to put kind of like a little line like that, another little line just like that. And I'm going to put some just, because I mean, I'm going to say that this cupcake has teeth. I mean, I know that seems weird, but I mean, so does also thinking a cupcake is a unicorn. So that could be weird too. Now guys, one of the big things I want to point out when we're drawing stuff as we start to look at these things is sometimes you can get worried about things not being perfect and it may not be exactly right. Like see, when I come over here, my smile touches the eyeball. That's okay. It's no big deal that if those things happen when you're drawing. Those things are perfectly fine because things just aren't perfect, and that's okay. That just makes your drawing a little different than everybody else's, and it also just kind of makes it unique. And also, it kind of gives you the ability to go back and change things later as you want. There's nothing wrong with that. Now I'm going to switch this little skinnier Sharpie just so I can add some sprinkles, okay? And we're going to put some sprinkles just like that, because if I use the big Sharpie, it will fill in too much and I won't have anything to color in later. So I'm just going to put some little sprinkles on here. We'll put little things at the ends there. If there are extra details that you want to put on this, now's the time. You can add in extra things. I'm going to put some eyebrows up here. I'm just going to make them like that. If you want to make them a different, like curve them, if you want, that's fine. I think I'm going to put some eyelashes on mine as well, if you would like to do that. Now, if you want to put any other cool features on here, like lightning bolts, or I don't know, laser beams, or frilly flowers, or any kind of like that, you can totally do that. And then we're going to get that paper idea. I want us to put some, like, I think there's little arches, right? It's just little loop, 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 all across there. Now, if you'd like to, one of the things that you can do to make your cupcake look like it's setting on something is if I draw a line on each side, it kind of gives it that idea that it's sitting on top of a table. A really simple way to kind of give your stuff some space. Now, if you do want to take the pointy Sharpie and go back in and fix up any lines, or you can totally do that stuff. If you want to leave it like it is, that's fine. All that stuff like that. We're going to put some magic sprinkles on here too. Don't forget about that, because we got to have those sparkles. And those are just X's with a line. So you just make like an X, just like that, and put a line there. That's how we put those magical little bits floating around this thing here. And as you start to draw this, think of a fun name for your cupcake, and any kind of thing that you could add to it if you were going to turn this into a story. What kind of things would you do? Now I got some markers here that I'm going to color this with. I kind of picked them out before I started, that I can start coloring these all for you. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to speed up the video here so you don't have to sit and watch me color the whole time. But if you want to get out some like crayons or markers or things like that, you can color around. And if you want to color just like me, all you do is just pause at the end of this, and you can pick up your drawing and color it the same as I do. Totally up to you. But I'm going to speed it up for you right now. Okay guys, if there's any other final things that you want to put in there, you could do that with your little fine point marker if you would like. If you want to add any extra bits into this thing, maybe some little extra details. This is the time when you start wrapping up, once you get the drawing down there. Did you guys put some sprinkles on yours too? And was that hard to color around? I kept trying to, I almost accidentally filled each one of them in, so it made it a little bit hard to color around all those things too. So the last thing that we need to do is make sure that you sign this, put your name on there, so everybody knows who made this awesome piece of art.
I hope you had as much fun as I did making these super magical cupcakes. You may not know this, but most of the stuff you're worrying about won't really happen anyway. Boy, isn't that a relief? Until I see you, be the weird you want to see in the world. See ya!
Hey Wonder Friends, I would love to see the art you create and feature it on one of my videos. With the help of an adult, take a photo of your finished art and post it on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. Don't forget to tag me so I can find it. Hey, are you looking for a signed copy of one of my books? Check out my website, wondervillestudios.com, for books, t-shirts, mugs, and more. I also do loads of school visits and would love to hear from you about scheduling a visit. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and check out all the other fun drawing lessons. Until I see you, be the weird you want to see in the world. See ya!